Hey everyone, it's Chrissy from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we will be reviewing the ThorFire VG10s. Basically, it's similar to the older model. It's got a Cree XPL2, so number 2, twice as much fun. I wish it was twice as many lumens. Well, technically, like when you work it, it can get up to past 2000 lumens, so yeah, it could be. And it comes with a neutral white emitter, so that's why it's got the S on the end. I didn't even shine it in you guys' eyes, so you didn't see it yet. But there it is, the nice neutral white tint, and it's taken my camera like half an hour to come back. Basically, it was sent to me by ThorFire for review, because they're going to be selling, well, they already are selling on Amazon Australia, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go check them out. You know, usually I wouldn't go on about prices or whatnot, but this is a reasonably priced light, especially considering what you're getting. I rated this at about 1500 lumens. It's running in direct drive on turbo mode, so keep that in mind. And you know, $25 shipped anywhere in Australia, which is a really good deal. Well, at least I think it's a really good deal. It sure as hell beats that LED lenser that I bought back in the days for like $100 here with only 180 lumens, that's for sure. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's just get the review started. Alright guys, so here it is in front of me, the ThorFire VG10s. So you can see it here, pretty clear. I've only got my usual light on, and it seems like the camera is overexposing, so hopefully the video quality is somewhat decent. It's about a 1200 lumen bulb, so that should be enough light for in here, I think. So yes, runs on one 18650, uses a Cree XPL2 SMA reflector with AR coated glass. You can see the AR coated tinge there. So yeah, all around a really good light. I'll tell you what it comes with. So you get the clip, you get it in like your standard ThorFire box. You get 2 spare O-rings, which are here, and you get the instructions. So it doesn't come with a whole lot, but you know, you are only paying 25 Australian dollars. I think US it's like 22, 23. So you know, at the start when I was ranting on about how cheap it is, you know, it's even comparable to the US price. And as you guys know, our dollar is like 70 cents to what the American dollar is right now, so it's pretty terrible. But yeah, so as usual, we'll just run over the features and whatnot. So as I've said now like 5,000 times, it uses a Cree XPL2. Hopefully you guys can see that good enough. You can see the phosphorus layer on the LED is actually pretty yellow because it is a neutral white tint, so keep that in mind. Obviously it uses one 18650, 4.2 volts, they write not included, so there's no package deal there. Size is approximately 134 mils in length, 26 mil tail diameter, so there it is there. I do have other lights here. Actually, I'll compare it to the other lights after. I'll just show you guys around the light first. And the head is 33 mils, so it does have a little bit of throw, but not heaps. It's kind of like a mix between a thrower and a flutter. I kind of prefer this beam pattern to just a standard flutter. It's got a lot more use. You can see out a lot further with this light than a usual flood heavy light. So it weighs 133 grams without the battery. It's got a towel switch for on and off, so it's got a rear clicky like so, just the usual, nothing too spectacular there. Made of durable aircraft grade aluminium alloy, so the usual there. High efficiency reflection lens, so that's the AR coating there, fancy way to say it I guess. Can you guys see that tinge? You can see the tinge kind of, you'll be able to see the tinge about there. So that's also great to get out extra lumens as usual. So what else? So its distance, peak beam distance, has a rating of 13,200 CD max and about 300 meters off throw. I think it could be a little bit further than that, but we'll stick to their specs for now. But I'll show you guys when we go outside how well it performs. Impact resistant to 1 meter, IPX8 underwater to 2 meters. It's supposed to come with a lanyard and spare O-ring, but where's my lanyard? Freaking hell. Let me look in the box. I didn't get a lanyard. It's supposed to come with a lanyard, but it also doesn't say that it comes with a clip, but now it comes with a clip. I guess that ThorFire just changed it up. So Alright, so it's got 5 standard modes. We'll see what it starts on. Probably start on turbo. It does have a memory mode, so whatever mode you use last, it'll start on next. So we'll go down one. No, actually that's turbo mode there. So it is on. This is moonlight mode. So this will be kind of like mode 1, I guess. Moonlight mode, 1 lumen for 200 hours. And next up we got low mode, 50 lumens for 22 hours. Then we got medium mode, 300 lumens for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Then we got our high mode, which is 1100 lumens rated by ThorFire, which goes for 45 minutes. I do have a multimeter outside here, so I'll try and hook up a multimeter setup, and I'll show you guys how many amps this thing's actually pulling at the tail cap. It's pulling like pretty much like 5 amps. So when I done the measurements, I checked it out. It was about 1550 lumens, somewhere around about there, and I freaked out and I thought, you know, maybe my setup has gone bad. But then I checked the amperage reading, and it is bright. Like, it kicks into direct drive. I did try and take it apart and get out the driver, but I had no luck. I think it's glued down. A few other things. So as I said, it's got memory mode, which is great. You know, you turn it off on turbo and turn it back on, and it's still on turbo, which is great. Comes in handy. Does have low voltage protection. So when the battery level fails at 2.8 volts or below, the light will continue to blink twice per second for 1 minute, then shut off. So that's also handy, you know, if you want to gift this to a flashlight noob, or if you want to send me one, I'll give you my address and I'll take another one. So yeah, after 2.8 volts, it's going to cut out. If you got a protected cell in here anyway, the protection is going to kick in at about 3 volts, so that's going to kick in first. But you know, it is good to have that extra redundancy in case you don't have a protected cell. It does have a time thermal step down. After 5 minutes on high mode illumination, the light will ramp down to medium mode in 15 minutes to protect the flashlight from overheating. So it'll slowly ramp down, which is okay. I say it's okay, like it is okay, because obviously, you know, you want to be safe than sorry. But this light doesn't get hot at all. You can leave it on turbo mode for quite a long time, and it stays very cool. So we can see the rear clicky. It has a black rubber boot on the back there. Nothing too spectacular. I hope that there's enough light for you guys to see these threads. So you can see the threads there. They are very well cut, and they did already come lubed. You know, you can see it looks kind of shiny there. They are pretty thin. So I wouldn't like they'll last, because there's like 5 sets of threads there, but they are cut pretty thin. You know, they could use a thicker thread for more protection, but it isn't really necessary, because it's still going to be fine. It's still going to get the job done. Here at the back, you know, you can see the grounding ring, and the spring looks like it's gold plated, so that's also a nice addition. And the threads are anodized too. So we pull the head off. The head comes off kind of in a weird way. So the head connects to the body like so. And you know, you can see these threads are pretty much the same. Nice big fat ground ring there and there to connect. So you're not really going to have any sort of connection issues at all. The front spring is gold plated also. So yeah, just looking at the head, you know, it does have these heat fins here. I'm not sure how much that they'll help to dissipate heat, but they do look cool. I was reading that you need heat fins to be a certain distance apart for them to work well. But then again, on PCs, you know, you often see heat fins that are pretty close together still, and they always work fine for cooling. So I've always said it like a million times now, but standard AR coated glass, SMO reflector, and you get the addition of the nice stainless steel front bezel. So you can have more of a attack feeling, so when you're walking your dog you can knock someone out if need be. I don't think I can recommend that, so I don't recommend you knocking someone out. Alright, the camera, it took its ages to turn on. I'm just rambling on now like a madman. Alright guys, so in front of me we have a old multimeter. My good one's in the house because you sometimes get a bit of moisture in here. So I'll leave this crappy one outside. And some pretty thick cables and the ThorFire VG10s in front of me. So even though it's got the neutral white emitter, Obviously, you know, ThorFire know what they're doing, so they're running it on a copper MCPB, so that's also good to know. If I could pull it apart to show you guys, I would gladly, but it's been a bit of a pain to get apart. But so we'll just check the current. So you can see it's almost pushing 5 amps, and that's without any spring bypasses and whatnot. My other reading, I got it a little bit just over 5 amps. So yeah, I would love to do a spring bypass, but I'll leave it stock until we test it, and then I'll do a spring bypass later. And if you want to know the results, I'll update it for you. Alright guys, now we're outside, and you can see I've got the ThorFire VG10s on, moonlight mode, so 1 lumen. It's, you know, it's enough to see around if you just got to get around. You know, you can see my watch and whatnot fairly easy. Next up is low mode, so I'll angle the camera a little bit better, and we'll check out how low mode does. So low mode is 50 lumens at 22 hours. To me this looks like a little bit brighter than 50 lumens, so yeah, it is what it is. It's more like 150 lumens, but okay. Okay, so next up is medium mode, 300 lumens for 2 hours and 45 minutes. You know, you can pretty clearly see that this is already a pretty bright mode, more like 500-600 lumens I would be saying. So we'll try to the tree at 100 meters, and it gets there. You can't see it the best, but it does make it there pretty easy. Okay, so next up is high mode, which is technically turbo mode. So we'll turn it on, so you can see that's a whole lot of light there. More than enough to light up my backyard. You know, you can see everything on the clothesline like it's daytime. You can see the tree there, super bright. The hotspot, although it's not so defined, it's actually playing around with the camera a little bit. We'll go to 100 meters and see how it goes. So you can see it lights up the tree at 100 meters, super easy. Although, you know, it's not going to be like a C8 size thrower, it does have a lot more throw than a floodier light like the BLF A6 or like the Convoy S2 Plus. So if we double tap, we'll get it into strobe mode, I think. Yeah, that looks like a strobe mode to me, which is 1100 lumens. Usually I wouldn't show you guys strobe mode, but I forgot to tell you about it in the video. You know, it's starting to get warm, but considering this video has been going for 2 minutes, it's not actually too bad. It's only just a tinge warm. You know, the light is fairly heavy, so it handles the heat really well. We'll put on the BLF A6 next and see how it does against that. No, wait, scrap that idea. First we're going to try the the Rufus TR20, and you'll see what 1100 lumens looks like. So this is the Rufus TR20, 1100 lumens, SMA reflector, NXP or HI. You can see it does a really good job, but then you can also see the very big tint difference. And to the left is the ThorFire VG10s. So you can see like it absolutely outshines the TR20. So 1100 lumens here, 1500 plus lumens here. And you know, if you look at the tint, you know, the tint on the TR20 is fairly cold, and it actually highlights how neutral white the tint is on the VG10s. Alright, next up we'll try the BLF A6 with a neutral white tint and see how it does. Alright guys, same as usual, ThorFire VG10s to the left, BLF A6 to the right. So that's the BLF A6 there, and that's the ThorFire VG10s there. So you know, you can see that the BLF A6, they're pretty much the same brightness. If we go side by side, you can see they're fairly similar. So you can see how much light the VG10s actually puts out. To me, the tint on the BLF A6 is a little bit darker, so maybe like 4000K, somewhere around about there, 4500K, while the tint on the ThorFire is maybe about 5000, 5200, somewhere around about there. But you can see output wise pretty much the same. Next up we'll try the Eagle Eye X6 and see how that does. Alright guys, so same as usual, ThorFire VG10s to the left, and my modded BLF, no sorry, my modded Eagle Eye X6, modded by me, with the lit tail cap, and the camo wrap, as you can see, lovely camo wrap, to the right. So that is direct drive mode there, and direct drive on both sides. So the Eagle Eye X6 does have more of a cold white tint, but you can see they're not actually too far apart. But you can definitely see, if I shine it on the ground here, you can see that it's a much colder on the Eagle Eye X6. But I think it's a 6500K, 6000K, somewhere around about there. But output wise, you know, they're pretty similarly matched, which is good to see. Considering, you know, that this Eagle Eye is fairly worked. I would say also too, they're almost the same size. The Eagle Eye is a little bit bigger, so they handle heat pretty similar, and the Eagle Eye just stepped down there. Alright guys, so that's pretty much the review done. I know I said I was going to show you that C8, but you have to watch the next video if you want to see the C8, because it's kind of a surprise because I don't really see it much. So yeah, we'll leave it for its own video. And yeah, I think overall the VG10s is a great buy. Coming in, you know, at 25 Australian dollars, around about 20 US dollars you can get it for. Super cheap, very well built and reliable, and ThorFire quality. So yeah, as always guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as usual, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.